guys, this is Bharat from iGyaan.in, and as always you can expect only exclusive stuff from us. Today we have the new upcoming Micromax A85 Superfone right here. This device has a 3.8-inch 480 by 800 pixel resolution display, 246 ppi approximately. This device also has the standard features such as proximity sensors, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth and all that. But there are a bunch of things that set it apart from standard Android phones available in the market. And the first thing that it has is the NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual core processor. That's right, this device has a 1 GHz dual core processor. And this also has a 5 megapixel autofocus camera at the back over here. A bunch of great specifications in this. We're also hearing stuff about gesture control on this new Micromax device. So basically just by waving your hand across the screen you'll be able to do a bunch of things. We're going to talk more about that once we get into the full device, and I'm going to do a quick hands-on with this. This is something that we've been able to snag before getting the full device. This is not exactly what the final device is going to be, but this is somewhere close to it. This is the finished product. This is what it's going to look like. Here's the branding over here. We leaked the first images of the A85 Superfone sometime back in June, and we got some great responses regarding that, and we are here with the first video for the A85 smartphone. Now this is a Micromax first as well, because this is their first premium segment phone. This is their first dual core Android device. This will support the latest versions of Android. I don't know what it's currently running, but I believe it's 2.2. The overview of the device: on the top over here is the front-facing camera along with the earpiece. You have the ambient light sensor. It's a fairly large sensor, and I'll show you exactly why there is that sensor over there. Below that is a 3.8-inch multi-touch capacitive screen, 480 by 800 pixel resolution over there. A fairly nice 246 pixels per inch. You have the capacitive buttons over here, the home button, the menu button, the back button. You do have a taper in the design over here, but that is just a part of the design. Nothing special going on there. So on the top left over here is the lanyard connection point, and on the top is also the charging and data syncing micro USB port, which is behind this swivelly kind of door. It's fairly flimsy, it's a rubber door, so we captured that as well. But it fits in tight into the place, so I don't think there's going to be an issue, but it's still one of those doors that I don't like. There is a 3.5mm headphone jack on the top over here, which is also used for your hands-free kit. So on the right here is the button to release the back door, and you have the power lock and unlock button. On the left here is the volume rocker, and you have the second door release button, which is located over here. You also have the phone located on the left-hand side of the device, so that's a fairly good location for it, if you ask us. Especially if you're a right-handed person, the microphone's right is facing your mouth in a very convenient fashion. On the back of the device, like I said before, is a 5 megapixel autofocus camera. You also have the loudspeaker, which is located right next to the 5 megapixel branding. You also have the Micromax Superfone branding over here, A85. You have this kind of matte gloss back panel. It is very fingerprint friendly. It's not completely matte. So you press the buttons on either side to release the back cover, which is a metal plate. As you can see, really nice finish metal plate. You also have some rubber backing to prevent it from rattling, so that's nice. This is the inside of the device. You have the SIM card slot over here. You also have a micro SD card slot, which is over here. You also get the battery with the device. This is a 1500 mAh battery, so fairly large battery. It's a 5.55 watt-hour battery, so that's good. We're going to quickly pop in a SIM card over here and see if we can start the device up and show you a quick interface tour. So the fairly interesting startup animation over there. You get this really nice Android honeycomb style lock screen, which is also kind of indicative of the HTC Sense, where you get quick shortcuts where you can jump to your shortcut as and when you like. So that's fairly decent as well. You get the contacts, the phone book, and you can directly jump to the home screen as well. So you do get your standard Android home screens. You have 5 currently. This is the main home screen, and you get 2 on either side. You do get a bunch of widgets pre-installed, so you have your My Stocks widget, the Times of India application, YouTube is there, Android Booster comes pre-installed on this device, and you get a bunch of launches as well. You get Launcher and Launcher Plus, that's pre-installed on this device as well. So if you look at this navigation, overall interface performance seems really smooth for the time being. So let's quickly jump into the settings. We're going to look at the version of Android on this, and I'm going to jump into About Phone, and we see it has Android 2.2. The company is promising Android 2.3 by the end of the year, so this device should run Android 2.3, and it should also possibly run Android 4.0 since the specifications are not a problem. We're currently low on battery, but this is the top notification panel. You get all your notifications over here, but you also have quick launch buttons for Wi-Fi, data, GPS, lock and rotate, and your brightness, and also you can scroll right to get into Bluetooth and the mute and unmute button, which is also excellent. We really like the overall performance interface of this device. Jumping into this, let's quickly look at a bunch of applications over here, and the one thing that I really wanted to show you guys was the gallery application. So if you jump into the gallery applications, you see that you have some of the iGyaan images over here. It's fairly easy to scroll through the gallery, just like any Android device. You can scroll left or right, and you can double tap to zoom in, pinch to zoom out, pinch to zoom in as well. Overall animation is really smooth, as you can see, and the screen also looks great. Got some high resolution renders over here. So overall zooming in, you can see that the picture quality is really great, and although these pictures were not clicked by the camera on this device, which is also fairly nice 5 megapixel autofocus camera, but you can see that the screen is really nice and it does not pixelate even at high zoom levels. The interesting thing that I wanted to show you guys while we were in here is the gesture control. So basically all you need to do is wave your hand over the screen and it'll respond. So that's something we really like in this device. It's got gesture controls, so you can scroll left, so we're in the gallery over here, and the gestures will continue to work on this. And for example, you can scroll through the gestures up, down, left, right, and they seem to perform really well on this device. And that's how you control the animation. You can zoom in on an image, you can hold your hand over it to select it, and so selecting an image, and then all you need to do is wave your hand to scroll left or right. This is also not the final build, so you can see that it's not responding to my gestures really properly. So when I'm going left, it's kind of going right, but it does respond to it. It uses the ambient light sensor to get these gestures in place, and it is effectively utilizing my hand movements to give you gestures. So this is kind of the future of controlling your device. You can also zoom out. If I can remember the gestures, I've been playing around these gestures for quite some time, so when you do that, it zooms in, so that's great. So that's the gesture. It also works in email and contacts. So if you go into your contacts application, you can just simply scroll right or left. You can scroll through your contacts as well, just by waving your hand and not effectively touching the screen. That also works brilliantly because of the simple fact that you don't need to get your fingerprints on the screen at all, so you can just continue to scroll through this. That's the gesture aspect of it. I also want to show you the camera. It's a fairly decent camera, and it's got a 5 megapixel autofocus camera. It's got some intelligent illumination, so you really don't need LED light is what the company is claiming. And I'm just going to put in my iDevice over here and show you that the camera is fairly decent, and autofocus and all that. So you can see that clicking images is fairly easy. You can just, then you can go into your images and let it render, and you can see that it's got really good quality images from the camera. We also managed to get a video playing on this, so this video shot with the camera of the device. It does 720p HD video capture, so that's great as well. So there is a dedicated gestures application which is over here, and you can look at the fact that it works in phone, contacts, email, music, and gallery. Your gestures. I'm just going to run a few benchmarks here for you guys. I'm just going to quickly quadrant benchmark and let it run through so you guys can see.